Alright, so this video I'm going to talk more about Egypt because there's a whole lot that I didn't cover. For example, the influence of Asia. Let me start at page 40 of this book. It's actually called Ancient Egypt by David P. Silverman. Oxford Printing Press, I believe, printed. But anyway, we go to... This is the greatest ruler of the 11th dynasty, Mentuhotep II, Neb-Hep-Eter. Neb-Het-Tere. Okay, obviously a black man. I give you proof number 2, also from the 11th dynasty, which is the figurines. Let me find these right quick. They're figurines that are carrying spears. Remember, the greatest weapon in Kung Fu is spears, and everyone uses spears. Yeah. And a lot of the hieroglyphics the white people try to use to prove Egypt. Well, whoever owned this book, I can tell it's not me by the picture in the back, but we won't get into that. Now, we go to... the fuck is this fucking shit? Now, let me show you the different headdresses for a second before I get pissed off. That's showing up. Alright, so you have... Remember I told you to look for these things. I'll explain those in fucking my Egypt series, I believe. Well, I'm not gonna get into all that. I'm gonna find these damn figurines. I'll wrap up this fucking video. Go get something to fucking eat. And see if anyone wants to catch a fade. It's about that time I go to the store. And everyone knows this time of the day I go to the store, so... might have to catch a fade one time. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Abu Simbel in Wadi and how that's in Sudan and the Nubian Desert and the golden region of Sudan, how it's considered the golden region. I guess I can talk to you a little bit about that while I look for this. Man, it was like right there. You understand? It's aggravation. So anyway, so you have Khufu, and this is the actual size of a statue of him. He's obviously an African man wearing the typical African hat that you see so commonly in African. Did I mention the first chapter of this book on page 40? Not actually the first chapter of the book, but the first where I started for this series. For the ancient Egyptians, the south was up. Let me show you. A lot of you are going to think I'm making this up. For the ancient Egyptians, the south was up. The word for west was cognate with the West Semitic word for the right hand, and places southward at the forefront. The southward orientation betokened a cultural and political fact. For most of its history until the New Kingdom, Egypt was far more interested in its African roots than any relationship with Asia. So that's what I was going to get into, is that these people are getting mixed. It's the Asian secret societies that come in and the white secret societies that steal the knowledge. The black man wasn't the only one to do it. The whites, the Arabs, and the Asians did, and it's in the history of Egypt, and it's in their secret society symbols, and I'm sick of the lies. I'd go as far as to say that anyone who's telling lies deserves to get shot. This is Middle Kingdom, Tomb of Mekhet-Tere. Okay, it's Western Thebes. These are similar to the figurines I'm going to show you. What do you see? They're African people. Now, we go to... Here we go, page 51. It kept fucking eluding me like a fucking... Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for a while. Because I'm mad. Remember, I can't steal their work. I can't copyright, all that shit. But this is the 11th Dynasty, 2000 BCE. This is actually before the time of Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. These are the original Egyptians before the Hyksos entered into Egypt. Remember, the Hyksos are way back. They're like 1680 BCE. Okay, they're during the time of fucking Isaac, Joseph, Jacob, and Joseph, and Abraham. Okay, 1800 BCE. Okay, they're like 1800, 1600, all the way fucking, you know what I'm saying, to like 1480 BC or some shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'll put in my notes later or something. Now, we go to the fact that these are soldiers, and a lot of the times the soldiers were the paramilitary group that was part of the geopolitical thought of ancient Egypt and the schools of thought. So these guys went to fight with the Hittites, to fight with the Mitanni. They went to fight a lot of the enemies of the Egyptians. Asia is almost insignificant in the history of ancient Egypt. Now, if we're talking about antiquity, if we're talking about more like 800 BCE, yeah, that's when the Asians start coming in. Matter of fact, let me show you an example of that. I don't know if I showed you this picture already. Did I show you that? Who gives a shit? What's it? Okay, this. Now, basically, the white man didn't do a fucking thing. He's an idiot. He's a complete moron. And you can tell that even the shipbuilding goes to the Egyptians, who had Nile vessels that were just as complex as any European ship. The dimensions which the Egyptians mastered was the only difference. So obviously Egyptians were there in America first. You know, those of us who know Egypt know damn well that that's the case. So, you know, we're talking about their metaphysical magic and stuff. And I believe I was going to wrap it up on that Asian picture. Yeah, that's what you get in a big old picture book. Anyway, I don't want you to start feeling upset like me. But, I'll give you a real quick timeline. As we go through Nico and Apries, Amasis, you know, we go to the Persian occupation, we go to the Says, when it's being run from Says, we go from Mendes, Dynasty 30, 31, 32, 33. So these are the later periods. These are the white guys. See this at the end? These are your Greek white guys. This is the guys who started your Greek school of thought and used it to work with the Romans and the Christians. Yeah, there we go. Obviously, the Ptolemies were working with the Romans, using their troops to help secure the wheat stores in Egypt and the, you know, so, and of course, Joseph and the Hyksos want to take credit for giving them the idea. Joseph wants to take credit for giving the Hyksos the idea, and he was a dark-skinned man. And even in this depiction of the Egyptian soldiers, you can see that it's the light-skinned Africans versus the dark-skinned ones, and they all have African features. There's no question about that. But yeah, I was going to show you that stupid fucking Asiatic goddess being worshipped, you know, and there's some fucking stupid, irrelevant, there's some bullshit. Maybe just some fucking Asian person who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. It means something. But to me, it means fucking dick. It just means that these guys came later, and it goes with the first paragraph on page 40, where I start this fucking video at. Fucking, man, this old fucking 200-page fucking flap trying to look for one random picture. Now, you also got to remember that the Jews went to Europe for thousands of years. You know, literally. Those that were left. The traitor Jews that worked with the Romans and the other people, they're the ones who ended up there. And I got about 30 seconds to find this stupid picture. Can he do it? Can he do it? I don't think I can. Because, you know, I should have marked it earlier. Maybe God didn't want me to show you this because it's some idle fucking shit that doesn't fucking matter. It just proves my point, and maybe you should just take my word for it. Oh, here we go. Found it. 10 seconds to go. influence of Asia. The empire opened each door not only blah blah. This is a stela, 1250 BCE, Egyptian god Min, and 2 Asiatic deities. So where's 1250 BCE? You guessed it. That's around the time when Moses is making his exodus, about 50 years later. Afro-Asiatic Semitic people. Okay? They don't come in till the 15th dynasty, and later on, after that, incrementally they work with the Arabs and the Asians to rob Egypt, either by paving the way for them by weakening the Egyptians' defenses and then installing their pathetic empire to be taken over by the next one. It's a matter of the empires and the secret societies who rolled with them and the so-called wise men. You saw them depicted in every movie. They always roll next to the king and think they know what they're talking about. Those people, they wanted to actually know what they're talking about, so they stole the knowledge from the people who actually know, and that's the Africans. Thank you.